I haven't done a live here in so long, but I am coming on to let you guys know that I am starting a podcast, and I'm super excited. I've been kind of off and on because I ain't gonna lie, some podcasts and be like, why? But what I have noticed that I have not seen the type of podcast I want. Okay, my whole goal, as y'all know, I'm the NC life coach, and I help individuals with herpes. I've been a herpes activist for over 9 years. Been living with herpes for over 14 years. Was the first African American woman to become a herpes activist and inspire other people to become herpes activists. First Black woman to start a topical herpes product line, which is Vanquish Care. Go over to the website. So I have done the first of many things within this herpes community, and I absolutely love what I do. So I think this would be a great opportunity to bring more attention and more attention to herpes stigma, but also more attention to sexual health. Period. My whole thing with everything that's going on in the world is very important to know what's going on in the sexual health space, because it affects you long term. Even though you're not sexually active at this moment, you know you'll want to be sexually active later, and I want to make sure you have the information and tools to better navigate your sexual life. My whole thing is nothing wrong with what you want to do in your sexual life, will depend on what it is, but still, whatever you want to do, but you need to be safe and make sure it's consensual, and also you just know what you know to make sure you do what you need to do. So I'm really excited. I have came, like y'all see on my post I put out, asking everybody, hey, I got the podcast. I want to tell you what the podcast name is. So we got a podcast name. I'm excited. I already reached out to the person and let them know that we got the podcast name, and the podcast is What Stigma with Belize. With Coach Belize. Okay. What Stigma with Coach Belize. Okay, that is the podcast name, is What the Stigma with Coach Belize. So I am super duper excited about it, y'all. It just kind of rolled up off the tongue because I can talk about anything pertaining to in the sexual health field, pertaining to any stigmas that's still there, things that people don't realize a stigma is around. So I'm super duper 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 excited on this podcast. So y'all look out for it. I already got one video that's about to come out really soon about y'all seeing me go to the podcast space that I'm going to. I talked to the owner of the podcast space today. So sweet. Love her dearly. I know her personally as a business associate. So I'm so excited. I'm going to be promoting her location because she's out here in Conyers. And she's so sweet, y'all. So I'm excited about that. I want to invite people who are in the Atlanta area or just visiting the Atlanta area to come on the seat and talk What Stigma with Coach Belize. So I'm really excited about the people I'm going to bring on the table. I know some heavy hitters in the sexual health industry, so I'm going to bring them on that couch, baby, and we're going to have some real raw, nasty conversations about what's going on in these streets, especially being in Atlanta. Baby, we about to bring the heat. Okay, I'm bringing the heat about things that's going on in Atlanta, because being in Atlanta is number one for HIV, y'all. It's time to really talk about what's going on. And my whole thing is, how do you protect yourself in Atlanta? Okay, and also how, if you come to visit, how to get down if you do choose to get down. Just not about Atlanta, but I just want to talk about my city because it's my city. Okay, I'm originally from Georgia. Okay, so I want to talk about it. So the podcast is What Stigma with Coach Belize. You feel that? It's gonna be so good, y'all. So I'm excited. I'm still determining on when I want to release it, so I got to sit with God on that one. When I release it and how I want to do it, but this is not going to be the typical podcast. All right, with this podcast, you're going to have to make a payment. Okay, I love you dearly, but what I'm about to talk about, I cannot post it on social media like that. I cannot do some stuff. Okay, because I'm about to be raw. I'm about to say some real stuff, and I don't want to be censored. I'm just gonna be keeping real. Y'all gonna see some clips here and there, just to mark it, but I don't want to censor myself. So you will have to make a beautiful little investment on it, which I'm really excited about it. But I'm not gonna do what the typical people do, and they do a monthly thing. It's gonna be a year membership. Okay, so with the year membership, you would get the podcast. You'll be able to communicate with us. We'll be able to talk about what's going on with the podcast. We'll get in the group and get to talking because I'm gonna create a group for it, and we're just gonna rally about what we talk about, and we're gonna be raw. We're gonna be in a safe space, and we're gonna also be able to be a real community to each other while we are all learning things about sexual health. It ain't gonna be able to be having no judgment in it. People ain't gonna be talking crazy. You don't have to deal with this stuff, okay? Because you're gonna be able to come in here and say, okay, I just learned this, and say, hey, I did not know that, or this is something new I want to try. How should I try this? We're gonna be in a space where we can really help each other through our sexual health. Also heal from sexual trauma. Sexual trauma is one of the, I'm not saying worst traumas, but it is at the tip of the top, because literally it's against your own body, y'all. Like, you just feel like somebody really just did you something, okay? So I really want to talk about sexual trauma because y'all know I'm a traumatologist in the making in my doctor's program. So with that being said, I want to talk about the sexual trauma. I want to talk about trauma that can be easily developed doing sexual acts, how to release sexual trauma, how to prevent sexual trauma, all these things. There's so much stuff I want to do. It's also people I want to bring in to assist us in some of the things that we don't understand, how to do certain things, how to communicate with your partner with things you don't want, things that you do want, how to have healthy conversations around sex, like how to disclose, how to do a lot of things. Y'all know I teach how to disclose with herpes, but I wanted how to disclose with STIs, period. How to ask for people my charts. Okay? We need to be asking for my charts. How to want to still stay with a person, but they haven't been tested for a while. How do you navigate that? How to ask a person how to put on a condom. You know? And you think it's simple. It ain't simple, because if it's simple, then it'll be done. It's not being done. People are too scared to ask questions because they just simply don't know how. So with the what stigma with Coach Belize, I'm going to answer all that. I'm going to bring a bunch of experts in, y'all. I know some big dogs out here in the sexual health industry, okay? And they talk that thing. They're going to keep it real. And that's the reason why it's going to be a yearly fee that you just pay so you can get everything. You got full access. You know, I'm even thinking about having events. So we do live events as well. And we have a good time. This is just not your typical podcast that y'all see online, baby. This is a community. This is people who are looking to learn how to be safe out here. Remember, you will have sex one day in your life. And when you choose to have sex, I want you to be able to be fully ready and fully supported and have the community to get through it. The person who won is in the room. Hold on, let me see if I bring some to the stage. Hold on, y'all. Why I can't bring her? They say you're unable to add a guest. They can't join your broadcast at the time. Okay, anyway, but girl, I hope you see my email. I mean, my DMs. I DM you. DM me back and let me give me your full name and also your address so I can send off your product this week, okay? But I want to say thank you so much, my love, for giving me what stigma with Coach Release, because baby, it's about to be fire. Okay, y'all know I talk my talk, so I'm really gonna talk my talk. I'm about to bring some men up on this platform to keep it absolute real off in the men's mind about sexual health, baby. Because everybody believes men don't care about their sexual health, and I don't believe that not one bit after talking to so many men in the herpes community. They talk to me, they ask questions, and they are attentive, and they apply the things I say and get the results they want, okay? So don't believe that. That's not the truth about all men. Some men don't, but some men are simply not doing it because they are scared just like you. They are no different from you, okay? Okay, stop saying just because he's a man that he should have some type of superpower. You ain't even got the superpower. You ain't even got the balls to do what you asking him to do. So where the pressure at? Pressure yourself, okay? Pressure yourself. So with that being said, guys, look out. Like I said, I do not have a date of starting, but just know, be prepared that it is a yearly fee, because at the end of the day, I want to say what I want to say. I want to give my guests the opportunity to be raw and uncut, and for us to be raw and uncut in the community so we can really support each other, and I can safeguard that your privacy is there, safeguard that you can ask questions with no judgment, okay? Sexual health is talked about, but it's a lot of judgment, and y'all do not deserve to be judged. You deserve to get the information. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do or what you're trying to learn, but we help you in making sure you have what you need. So I'm so excited that we are starting a podcast, which is what Stigma with Coach Felice. So I can't wait, y'all. Just get excited because it's going to be good. See y'all soon. Bye.